I love this set. And I made a whole bunch of Father's Day cards with this new Hats Off die set and annual catalog. And then I felt that I needed to try it after seeing some samples online of making it into a feminine card. So I think, baseball caps can be boy or girl. I don't want to limit to just the men. So for this card, I used some soft seafoam and Flirty Flamingo cardstock, as well as the Flower Market die. This die set is really neat. It's the size of like a 4¼ by 5½ inch piece of paper. So I basically took that, ran it through my Big Boss, and then took and cut it in half, basically creating the elements to create 2 cards. So for this card, I can show you to you both ways. I did it one way with the soft seafoam on the Flirty Flamingo, then I did it the reverse, the Flirty Flamingo on the soft seafoam. So I think they're both really pretty, really nice and feminine. That Flower Market die kind of adds that little extra touch. So what I really like about this die set of the hat is that it comes with all of this stitching. You can see it here on the camera. There you go, you can see it. So you don't really even need the stamp set to utilize the hat. If you have the stamp set, that's great. It does add a little bit of extra definition, but it's really not needed. Here, I can show you what it looks like with the star as well. Totally looks like a baseball cap. So because I have the stamp set, I'm going to use it. But this stamp set, because it is photopolymer, it is actually quite easy to line up. I'm just going to ink up the hat in Flirty Flamingo. And this is like a stamp set that's really nice because you can use it cutting out the hats in like just plain cardstock. Or you can do it in cut out designer series paper and it looks fabulous both ways. So I already have my pieces cut out here. So my Flirty Flamingo garden paper. The one trick I do have for using this market die is I would run it through my Big Boss at a couple of different angles. So when I ran it through, what I mean by that is it tends to cut better if you cut a little bit angle. So I'd run it through this way and back, and then I'd take and shift it still with the same piece of paper underneath and just kind of turn it to kind of the opposite angle and then run it through again. Because I found that if I didn't do that, then I'd have a few little places where it didn't cut all of the way through. You don't want to make your life hard and not have a little piece that doesn't punch out. I also found that if I had one where I had a piece that didn't punch out, it was actually quite easy to line it up with the die set again. And then run it through another time. So I'm just going to line this up at the bottom. So I kept the straight edge at the top. Okay, then I have my white piece here and I stamped it, "Here's to the next adventure." I think that could be like a sentiment for your next adventure of the next birthday year, graduation, starting a new job, any of those things. I'm just going to kind of stamp that in the bottom left-hand corner here. And that I popped up with some little dimensionals. One in the center for good measure. I'm really liking these stitched so sweetly die cuts. using them forever these days. I find that's what happens. You find something new in the catalog and use it on everything, which is fabulous because then you get your money's worth and get to try something new at the same time. So I'm going to pop on my hat here, kind of at an angle. And then with that set, there was a little star that came as well. And I just cut that out in Flirty Flamingo and popped it in the center. All done. Well, I hope your next stamping adventure is awaiting. Thanks for joining.